Lata Mangeshkar was born in Indore on September 28, 1929, and became, quite simply, the most popular playback singer in Bollywood's history. She sung for over 50 years for actresses from Nargis to Preeti Ji Zinta, as well as recorded albums of all kinds, ghazals, pop, etc. Until the 1991 edition, when her entry disappeared, the Guinness Book of World Records listed her as the most recorded artist in the world with not less than 30,000 solo, duet, and chorus-backed songs recorded in 20 Indian languages between 948 and 1987. Today that number may have reached 40,000. She was born the daughter of Dinanath Mangeshkar, the owner of a theatre company and a reputed classical singer in his own right. He started giving Lata singing lessons from the age of 5, and she also studied with renowned singers Aman Ali Khan Sahib and Amanant Khan. Even at a young age she displayed a God-given musical gift and could master vocal exercises the first time. Ironically, for someone of her stature, she made her entry into Bollywood at the wrong time, around the 1940s, when bass singers with heavily nasal voices, such as Noor Jahan and Shamshid Begum, were in style. She was rejected from many projects because it was believed that her voice was too high-pitched and thin. The circumstances of her entry into the industry were no less inauspicious. Her father died in 1942. The responsibility of earning income to support her family fell upon her, and between 1942 and 1948 she acted in as many as 8 films in Hindi and Marathi to take care of economic hardships. She made her debut as a playback singer in the Marathi film Kiti Hasal, 1942, but, ironically, the song was edited out. However, in 1948, she got her big break with Ghulam Haider in the film Majboor. 1948, and 1949 saw the release of 4 of her films: Mahal, 1949, Dulari, 1949, Barsat, 1949, and Andaz, 1949. All 4 of them became runaway hits, with their songs reaching to heights of what was until then unseen popularity. Her unusually high-pitched singing rendered the trend of heavily nasal voices of the day totally obsolete and, within a year, she had changed the face of playback singing forever. The only 2 lower-pitched singers to survive her treble onslaught to a certain extent were Geeta Dutt and Shamshid Begum. Her singing style was initially reminiscent of Noor Jahan, but she soon overcame that and evolved her own distinctive style. Her sister, Asha Bhosle, too, came up in the late 1950s, and the 2 of them were the queens of Indian playback singing right through to the 1990s. Her voice had a special versatile quality, which meant that finally music composers could stretch their creative experiments to the fullest. Although all her songs were immediate hits under any composer, it was the composers C. Ramchandra and Madan Mohan who made her sound her sweetest and challenged her voice like no other music director. The 1960s and 1970s saw her go from strength to strength, even as there were accusations that she was monopolizing the playback singing industry. However, in the 1980s, she cut down her workload to concentrate on her shows abroad. Today, Lata sings infrequently despite a sudden resurgence in her popularity, but even today some of Hindi cinema's biggest hits, including Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge, 1995, Dil to Pagal Hai, 1997, and Veer Zara, 2004, feature her legendary voice. No matter which female playback singer breaks through in any generation, she cannot replace the timeless voice of Lata Mangeshkar. She was an icon beyond icons. Interesting facts. Lata Mangeshkar comes from a family of performers. Lata Mangeshkar was the first child of Pandit Dinanath Mangeshkar and Shivanti Shudamati. With her sisters Asha and Meena also being celebrated vocalists, Lata Mangeshkar belonged to a family of performers. Changed her name after a famous character Latika. Born as Hema, she was rechristened later as Lata, which was inspired by a character's name in her father's play Ba Bundan. She started singing at the age of 5. As her father was a theatre actor and classical singer, she was exposed to music at a very young age and started singing at the age of 5. It so happened that once my father asked his shagird, disciple, to practice a rag while he finished some work. I was playing nearby and suddenly a note of the rag that shagird was rendering jarred. And the next minute, I was correcting him. When my father returned, he discovered a shagird in his own daughter, recalled Lata Mangeshkar in an interview with Stardust. Her first song never went live. At the age of 9 in 1938, Lata gave her first public performance at the Newton Theatre, Sholapur. She recorded her first song in 1942 for the Marathi film Kiti Hasal. However, the song, Nachu Yaa Gade, Kelu Sari Mani House Bari, was removed from the film's final cut. She became popular with the Ayega Aanewala song. Lata Mangeshkar's Ayega Aanewala song from the movie Mahal in 1949 gave her much-needed stardom. However, Lata Mangeshkar was rejected as a playback singer when she entered the film industry as her voice was considered too thin at the time when Noor Jahan and Shamshid Begum ruled with their heavy nasal voices. Lata Mangeshkar never listened to her own songs. While speaking to Bollywood Hangama, Lata Mangeshkar once said that she never listened to her own songs as she would find several faults in her singing. Ghulam Haider was her godfather and Madan Mohan was her favorite music director. Music director Ghulam Haider was her godfather as he showed complete faith in her talent. Lata Mangeshkar shared a special bond with music director Madan Mohan and listed Wo Chup Rahi from Jahan era as their favorite collaboration. She once said, "I shared a special relationship with Madan Mohan, which was much more than what a singer and a music composer share. This was a relationship of a brother and a sister." While she worked with many music directors and composers, she never worked with Apna Yaar. Composed music for Marathi films. In 1955, she composed the first music of her life for the Marathi film Ram Ram Pavana and went on composing music for numerous Marathi films under the pen name Anand Gan. Her patriotic song moved PM Nehru to tears. Lata Mangeshkar dedicated A Meer Watan Ke Lagan to the soldiers who lost their lives in the 1962 war. Her patriotic song moved PM Nehru to tears on 27 January 1963 at Ramlila Maidan, New Delhi, 1974, the year that was. Lata Mangeshkar became the first ever Indian to perform live at the iconic Royal Albert Hall. This was her debut on the international stage. In the 1974 edition of the Guinness Book of Records, she was listed as the most recorded artist, having sung around 25,000 songs. However, the claim was contested by Muhammad Rafi and until 1991, the book listed her name along with Muhammad Rafi's claim. Currently, Pulapaka Sushila holds the honor. Lata Mangeshkar was an ardent fan of cricket. Lata Mangeshkar was an ardent cricket fan. She witnessed the historic 1983 World Cup win and even organised a free concert to raise money for the Indian team. She also served as a Rajya Sabha MP. She was nominated in 1999 as a Rajya Sabha MP and her term ended in 2006. Being criticized for not attending the sessions, Lata Mangeshkar cited her illness and claimed that she was reluctant to be inducted into the Rajya Sabha. During her term as an MP, she did not take a single penny or a salary or a house in Delhi. Her love story with Raj Singh Dungarpur. It is said that Lata Mangeshkar and Raj Singh Dungarpur were in love, but vowed to never get married and remained friends for life. This was because the former BCCI president was born in a royal family of Rajasthan and promised his parents to not marry a commoner. It is also reported that Raj Singh used to call Lata Mangeshkar by the name, Mitho. Bharat Ratna recipient. Lata Mangeshkar was the second Indian vocalist to be conferred with Bharat Ratna after Carnatic singer M.S. Subbulakshmi. Saugandh Mujhe as Miti Ki was her last recorded song. She recorded her last song, Saugandh Mujhe as Miti Ki, as a tribute to the Indian Army. The song, composed by Mayuresh Pai, was released on 30 March 2019. Dear viewers, we have tried our best to provide you an informative video. Please comment that how did you find this video, because your opinion and comments are very important to us. If you like the video, please like and subscribe our channel so that you may be updated for our every informative video. Take care of your good self.